you are often credited as one of the reasons that, or one of the main reasons, honestly, with people that I talk to, as to why this kind of thing is possible. Is that something that you have fully come to grips with? That you have built a lot of bridges, including many that seem to be burned forever, and really changed wrestling history?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think about it too much. I'm a pretty humble guy, but but yeah, I think that wrestling is always better in it when people are working together, in some kind of form or fashion. I think that there's always good business to be done between different wrestling companies, and why not? I mean, the people who win out the most are the fans, and that's what really matters, right? We're catering to fans who pay their hard-earned money to come watch really good wrestling, and why not, try our best to give them the best product that we can. I mean, that's what it's all about, I feel like.
And an example of that, John Moxley's on the card, Alex Shelley's on the card. Alex Shelley's about to challenge for an Impact World title as well. You've got FTR on the show, who are IWGP Tag Champions, but also under AEW contract. You got Davey Richards of MLW. Like, you got people all over this show from different companies. But when did you think that this was a possibility? Like, I remember speaking to Chris Bay. I want to say maybe it was last year or late the year before, and we were talking about him doing the New Japan tournament as a part of
Right.
Impact. And I remember just 2 years before that, Harry Smith telling me that when he asked to work Impact, they're like, "No, Jeff Jarrett screwed us." And he was like, "He's in WWE now. What are we doing here?" So there were some hurdles that had to be cleared there.
No, 100%. Like that relationship was ice cold when just a couple of years ago. Like you said, there was some business stuff that happened, I think, with with Jeff and Impact and New Japan at the time. So it wasn't very clear. And then anyway, things work itself out. And Scott Demore has been awesome to work with, and obviously, like, Anthem being their parent company and owning Access Television, New Japan coming back to Access was a big deal as well. So kind of like Scott's been the guy. I mean, like, as much credit as you want to give to me, I think you got to give as much credit to Scott Demore for really doing a great job and making the relationship really work. So now I feel like Thursday nights is awesome on Access. You get a few great hours of wrestling television, and and not only that, I think Impact's got a great roster. The Good Brothers, come over to New Japan, back to New Japan. We've seen Josh Alexander, Moose come over. Like you said, Alex Shelley. We've had Chris Sabin, Speedball Mike Bailey, who's I'd love to see more of in New Japan, because I think he's just incredible. And then you see Rocky Romero over in Impact. You see, you've seen David Finlay, you've seen Juice Robinson, you've seen Hikuleo, two Bullet Club members and Chris Bay and Ace Austin. So it's cool to kind of see the companies working together, and not just like, hey, here's a guy, and oh, here's a guy, but like now we have like angles that are happening on Impact, or angles that happen in Japan have affected what happens on Impact, like Ace turning on Zayn in Japan and joining the Bullet Club, and then they have their actual match in Impact. So it's kind of cool, and I think it's good for fans because it gives you like reasons to watch all the products, as opposed to just like they're in their own separate worlds.
Do you think when New Japan was pulled from Access initially that like really hindered that relationship? Because I was shocked, first off, because I thought that they had something pretty cool there and they could run Impact, New
Right.
Japan, and WoW, even though WoW wasn't really my cup of tea. Like, I felt
Mm-hmm.
like they had a lot of content that could be that at least people knew about, as opposed to
Right.
Sammy Hagar concerts that
Right.
that I see promoted.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I definitely think I wish that had never had happened. And I think that if maybe if I was involved a little more at that time, that maybe it wouldn't have happened, hopefully, because I like Scott's been so great to deal with, like I said. And I wish that it didn't get that far, because they did such a good job. Access did a great job of promoting New Japan, and New Japan putting such a great product on Access. And they were really working together and gelling for many years. Like, we really found our sweet spot right before we ended up getting pulled. So, but yeah, I wish that didn't happen, but here we are. And, it's cool because now we get to rebuild the relationship, brick by brick with Impact. And, they have a great fan base that tunes in every week. And now they're getting, we're getting exposed to that fan base as well. So I think it's cool. I'm just glad that we were able to mend the relationship, and now here we are.